Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Workshop walk time, rolling into October. Where has the summer gone? But it's still shining, so get the cars out the garage, give them the last little blast before all the rain, snow, ice and salt comes. So talking about that, I've got this one ready. So this came in the other week, a little 9195 blade engine car, Indy Classic. Done a few bits over the years on this one, changed the gear lever to a gear stick rather than the paddles that it had on it, but the main reason was clutch was slipping. So had the clutch out on this, it's had new friction plates, the metals were fine, new friction plates, had an oil change, etc. And now she seems to be screaming like a banshee. There is talk of this customer possibly maybe putting this up for sale and upgrading to a booster car or something. So if you do looking for in the market for this sort of car, little nice little great little car, actually very clean for an early classic car, we can always put you in touch with the owner. Right, next on the agenda is a little Striker here that we got. It's got a CBR 1000RR in it. We're just getting this prepped and ready for an MOT. It's been off the road for a couple of years, so doing a few bits to it, getting it all up, buttoned up basically. Some lights to fit on it still. Got one on, one missing here. There's a few other little niggly jobs to do and get that MOT. Now, talking about Strikers, probably remember, oh, I don't know, how many weeks ago was that, Lewis? 6 weeks ago, maybe? Yeah, at least six weeks ago. We had a little Striker here that we shipped over the pond for the customer who purchased it from the UK, and that has now landed in the land of Oz, and hopefully you should have that on the road very soon. Right, next up, a little Indy Classic that had a little fight with a roundabout, I do believe. We probably showed you a couple of weeks ago now, where it had some rear end damage on this corner actually. This corner was put in. So we've basically chopped the rear end off completely and scribed on a completely in the jig new rear end. So to be honest with you, if you were standing here today, I think you'd struggle to see where that has actually been done. All back together. We've actually got rose jointed wishbones, new uprights, so it's basically a whole new rear end. New drive shaft gaiters in here as well that needed to be done, and a couple of the shocks where they got bent. You had to have some shocks, and you ripped that off and bent and twisted some other stuff and all of that. So new wishbones, new rear end, etc. Again, I say you'd be hard pushed to see where it's been done or where it's been scribed onto it. That's job ticked. We've put it all together, assembled it into a roller so that it makes it easier for the customer to collect now. So this will get collected and he can start reassembling his pride and joy. Right, we're flying through the cars this week, guys. Got another one landed here. It's the MKII. As you can see, it's newly registered. It was built by the customer. We helped him IVA, etc. Why is it in here? Well, we're going to do a little feature on this. So we're going to get a little drive out in this one. It's got a cracking engine in it. It's got a 260 horsepower Ford Duratec, which is not our normal mainstay, as you probably know. But it is a great engine. We love it. It's mated to a Mazda NC 5-speed gearbox, all new, brand new car, everywhere for it. So if you've subscribed to this, guys, and you like watching our drive out videos and information, keep an eye out over the next week or so. This one will be featured and we'll show you how fast, because it's going to be fast with 260 horsepower, this thing goes. Right, here we are, another MKII Classic, arrived in the workshop, a local customer of ours actually. What's it in for? Well, wing stays, bit of an upgrade here. Unfortunately, the front wings decided it didn't want to be attached to the car anymore, and it did break a wing stay. Now this is quite a homemade affair. It's not something we've made or etc. Obviously it's a much earlier car. It looks like somebody's actually crushed the tube and then bent it. It's not what we do, it's crushed it and then bent it. So actually what's happened there is fouled on the corner here, a bit of rust, as you can see on these, and then the wing toes escaped to the field. So what we've done is fitting new wing stays, the ones that we make, and a nice set of carbon front wings instead of the green ones. Ties in with the rear carbon that he's got on the stone guards as well. So this car is really buttoned up. Nice little 2-litre Pinto in it. We've seen this a couple of times in the workshop. I think you just use it as a little Sunday cruiser every now and then. Perfect, absolutely perfect. If it's a dry, sunny day, what's not to like? Right, next up, another classic. And there's a lot of classics out there actually. There's thousands of them actually, MKII Classics, which were built from the early 2000s. And this one's arrived in from Europe actually. Customers had it shipped over to us. Going to be doing some tightening up of the car, making it better, finish off I think the roll cage and a few other bits on it that's mechanical needs doing. Other than that, it's got a little R1 engine in it. They go pretty well, pretty light. The cars are normally very light with these engines. They only weigh about 60 kilos, just sub 60 kilos, those engines. So yeah, be a nice little thing, something to work on that's a little bit different. I think we're just going to give it a little bit of zhuzh, a little bit of MK sprinkle on it actually, to bring it up to, you know, 20, let's just say 2023 standards, brakes and things and some other bits and some bodywork changes and that as well. And the cage being a safety factor, some side impact bars here that we're going to be welding on as well to give the customer a bit of protection. So yeah, if you're subscribing guys, you'll see this one have its makeup changed. Right, talk about kits guys. Well, another one here has landed. This one here is having a new low floor pan option on it. This one's getting ready, picked for the final picking for this to be collected. We've had about 3 or 4 go out in the last week actually. We're trying to get through the workload and we're trying to up our pace to get these out to you as quickly as possible, because I know you want to get into your winter builds. Here's one, and there's another one here which is going to be a booster car which has got a very different colour, which is this very bright green roll cage and wishbones and everything else. This is also going to be collected in the next couple of days, I do believe. So this one's been collected both in the UK anyway. So, but if you want to know more about the range, it's the RX5, the boosters, the sports, etc. Want to know more about that range, just hook us up, phone call, email, or come and visit us here at the factory and we can talk through that with you completely. Right guys, if you're looking for instant gratification, the sun is still shining a little bit and you want to get out there, we've got the Exo booster here still in the showroom for sale. 280 horsepower supercharged booster engine, amazing, really fast car, and if you want to stand out in the crowd, this is the ticket. And also during the week you don't get to see everything that goes on. We've had a couple of cars go out. We had a yellow Westfield in that had a diff problem and a few other bits, a clutch release bearing. That's actually gone back to its owner now, and that's great, and he'll be driving it around for the rest of the remaining season. And also a Caterham that we had in here that we're fixing a few little problems on, updating it, and that's gone off for its MOT and it will be back to its owner shortly. Next on the agenda, all you international customers, if you're thinking, I want one of those cars but I'm not in the UK, not a problem guys, we can ship them. We have crates coming in, we've got one up here now that was actually loaded up the other day, ready to be boxed up for the customer, and that will be sent off, and we ship them all over the world. A bit like the Striker that went out to Australia, America, all of those countries, it's not a problem. So hook us up, we can do a Zoom call with you, we can do a phone call, whichever way, or you can come and visit us here. Stansted Airport is only 15 minutes away and we can collect you from the airport. Right, final thing guys, just talking about the Cup 200. Hopefully you subscribed and you saw the Anglesey video, amazing track. If there's a track you want to do in your lifetime, you want amazing views, visit Anglesey guys, you will love it. This car didn't disappoint. We got 3 P3s on this particular one. Video great, Rich stomping away at the front there and Dave coming in second. Next outing, last meeting of the season where it's the title decider really for the race championship 6. That's our last races, 2 races on the 29th of October. But also, the day before, we've decided to enter the Burkitt 6-hour race as well. So we're going to have 4 cars there running in the Burkitt 6-hour race. It's a bit of an unknown for us, but we're going to have a go and see what we can do in the handicap race as well. So look out for that. That'll be on a Saturday the 28th and Sunday the 29th, and that's at Silverstone GP Circuit. That's it for this week, guys. I'm going to call it a wrap. I'm going to say like, share and subscribe, and we will catch you next week.